Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to go back into our series about great performers. We've looked at bass players, we've looked at guitar players, we've looked at drummers. Who do you think we're going to look at next? Of course, my favorite, piano and keyboard players. Welcome back to Danny Robertson Music, where we try to help you become the best possible performer that you can be on any stage you choose. I'm Danny Robertson. Thanks for joining me again this week. I'm excited to have you again. We're gonna look at some of my favorite people in the music industry, some of the people that have really influenced me as a keyboard player. We're talking about people that are great entertainers that also happen to play either piano or keyboard. These guys are not necessarily known for being the best players in the world. They're known for putting on a great show. As it has been with other videos in this series, I'm not going to be able to talk about everybody. So tell me who you think is a great live performer who plays the piano or keyboard. Today we're going to talk about 5 keyboard and piano players who are really great entertainers.
You might love drive a man insane. Broke my wheel, what a thrill. Couldn't it courage and quit balls of fire. I see, what I see. Ooh, what did Jerry Lee say? Honey, what I see. Honey, what I see. Honey, what I see. Go now, let me go right
now. Jerry Lee Lewis is one of my heroes because he taught a very important lesson to me. His show was not just about playing a piece of music as much as it was about putting on a big spectacle of a show for his audience. It teaches you a very important lesson about performing. You do not necessarily have to be the absolute best player of an instrument to have an entertaining show. You need to learn how to entertain your audience. That's all they want. He did write some pretty cool music at times, but the thing that people remember about him is his stage performance. His antics were incredible. He made it much more of a show to watch, and that's what makes him memorable. That's what makes him fun. And that's a very important thing to account for when you are performing live. Now, on the complete opposite side of Jerry Lewis, we have performers like Stevie Wonder. And I'm going to throw Ray Charles into this mix too, because they had a disadvantage for when they played. They were blind, right? But they still knew how to entertain a crowd by doing 2 things. They played great music and they engaged their crowd. If you watch any Stevie Wonder show, half of what he does is he gets his audience participating. He gets them involved in his show.
Everybody sing na 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 na.
If you ever need to learn a bit about talking to an audience, just watch a Stevie Wonder show. Stevie Wonder has this great inviting way of saying, hey, we're enjoying this together. Why don't you participate too? He writes great music, which really doesn't hurt the cause. You know, he writes great, danceable, fun stuff that people like to sing along to. But then the thing about his live show is that while he's playing all this great music, he says to the audience, sing along too. Clap along with us. All the ladies do the talking. All the guys do the singing. He makes you get involved. What makes him a great entertainer is that he engages a crowd like nobody else. I first found out about Jordan when I bought an album called The Liquid Tension Experiment, which was his first connection with some of the guys from Dream Theater, like John Petrucci, the guitar player. The entire concept of the Liquid Tension Experiment was to have 4 or 5 guys from different bands come together for a week and see what they could come up with to create an album. The music is brilliant on it. It's really well written. It's technically very, very difficult. And they did so well with that first album that they went out and made a second album, and it was just as good, if not better. After that, Jordan joined the band Dream Theater, which I believe was roughly about 20 years ago now. He performs on stage with a rotating and tilting keyboard setup that he can do cool things when he wants to solo and show off things. Jordan is also very into new technologies and unique ideas when it comes to playing synth types of sounds or computer-controlled sounds. He's on the cutting edge of everything that you ever see when it comes to performing live, and he's really, really fun to watch because he's so stinking good at his instrument. If your desire is to be a very technical player, I'd highly recommend checking out Jordan Rudess. He's very, very good, and he's very, very fun to watch.
Cellos. Let's try, Arco, go bum bum. Yeah, and then just one on the second one. Bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. That's it. Hey, can you let me hear that with the cellos for a moment? 3, 4. Okay, so when we go to the E, we're gonna do that. So the first one is, sorry, this takes a second to create a whole song for you. For more than 45 years, the JFK Center for the Performing Arts has served as a living memorial to President Kennedy by bringing...
I've been a fan of Ben Folds for a long time. He's a unique and creative performer who writes really great music that has a touch of reality to all of the lyrics to it. So he finds ways to make it really relatable to the audience. That's why when he's performing live, he can talk so easily with people. He can engage the audience and have fun performing the show, even if he's doing something like what we just saw, where he's conducting an orchestra and he's making something up from scratch. The guy is so creative in the way that he writes and the way that he talks with people that comes off as comfortable for him, whether it is or not. He's very natural with it. Ben Folds has a unique creativity process that lets his music be a little bit messy if he wants it to be, but it's also really intricately written. So it comes off simultaneously like it's very, very musical and it's very, very technically difficult, but it's also very messy and very fun. And so when you listen to his music, that's kind of how it sounds. And when you see him perform live, it's kind of the same way.
If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a bottle and shoe. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, yeah, and this one's for you.
The final name on the list ended up being kind of a toss-up for me because I had to pick between two greats. It was either going to be Billy Joel or Elton John. And in this case, I chose Elton John. The reason for that is because Elton John has an incredible stage presence. He is a great writer, a great piano player, but he's also a great entertainer. Elton's performances have been so memorable and so legendary that they've even made movies about it. And he's even shown up in a movie here and there as himself to play that extra flamboyant character. Elton has written some of the most memorable songs of the last century, which makes his shows really fun to attend. It's like a giant sing-along. Most of us are going to know a good chunk of the music that happens at those shows. Combined with Elton's live performance, it's an experience to attend. That's it for this week. Who do you think I missed in this list? I'm sure there's going to be some great names out there. Players like Keith Emerson or Billy Joel or Alicia Keys or John Legend. There's a ton of them out there. Who did I miss? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Best of luck to you on your next great performance, and I'll see you soon. Take care.